on a, like mentally, because I don't need, to be honest, I don't need someone like, I don't know, I have, it's good to have like real friends, not just virtual. I don't need someone to tell me that I'm beautiful, that I'm worthy, or I'm smart. I have to feel it. So I don't need like from no one to tell me that I'm beautiful. I have to have confidence and to like myself. That's
Right.
why that's why people are searching from others to take admiration, or to have to make compliment, or you look beautiful or something. You have to feel beautiful and to like yourself, how you are.
Right.
I
Arta, do you
I sorry.
Yes,
I have just one question for Arta. Do you
yes,
think that
please.
social media breeds narcissism, increases narcissism?
Yes, of course. Increase narcissism and make people do more virtual friends, especially the one that they are shy or polite. So they stuck in their world and they don't want like to go out with their family or friends. They're just inside their rooms and do like talking with virtual friends, but they're not real friends. And that
Right.
affects a lot like mental health.
Right. Thank you, Arta. Alexandra, you were
You're
going to say
welcome.
something, right?
Yes, I would like to add that all the people we need participate in something. It's necessary for us, but in this moment we love the social media. Yeah, we need social media, all of us, but mm, not necessary. It's not necessary that narcissistic person use social media.
Yeah.
Um, they can find others way to um, looking for approving and make different things. And I agree with Arta when she said that they don't have good friends. All his friends are fake friends, and well, I know one person that make he feels really good when he spoke through the radio, because he say that many people listen all all his that to say, and and is his way. So and he don't have social media. Yeah.
Right.
Sometimes he joined some meetings like this, but don't have social media. So many people find others way.
Exactly. I do agree with you. That's a good point. Thank you, Alexandra.
Yeah.
Kari, is there any, in your opinion, is there any narcissistic trait in every human being? What do you think?
Oh yeah, I think that there is. Oh, sorry, because I mean, I was cut out of the meeting because something happened with the connection. But now
Okay.
I name you co-host. Now you are also right. So in case, because it was the light went
Oh,
off. Yeah, and
right.
so okay. No, yes, of course. I mean, I think it's healthy, to have inside your personality some traits uh, that mean some traits of narcissism, which is a good ego foundation. Okay, your ego is yourself, and it's good to have a balance between your unconscious mind and your ego, which is yourself. So that is good, because the ego makes you different. Okay, I am like everyone else, but I am also a very particular person. I am good at this and at that. So that is good and healthy. Yeah.
Right.
But
So,
mhm,
Yes, but
No, that. So no, but when the ego is that you are so different, okay, that you are unique and you're untouchable in any possible way because no one can touch you because you make that wall to avoid being hurt, right? So it's a real situation there, right? So, but that is more like deep understanding of the structure, right? But yes, there is a lot of narcissism in a normal person, but not
Healthy.
sick. Yeah, not
Yeah,
sick.
healthy narcissism.
Yes,
Healthy
yes,
narcissism.
yes.
correct.
Mhm.
I like that expression, healthy narcissism.
Narcissism.
So now if I ask you the question on that scale, how much do you think you are a narcissist between 1 to 7? Now, if we talk about healthy narcissism, of course, now we can answer. We can answer now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, of
So,
course.
for example, in my opinion, healthy narcissism, as Artas just said, it is a trait that might help you to succeed in your life
Yeah.
and to reach your goal.
Yeah. And to have confidence in yourself. That's why we need
Exactly.
the healthy narcissist.
Exactly. Do you all agree with that? Or if
Yes,
Yes.
is there anyone that doesn't agree with that? Please.
that's right. No.
Right.
Mhm.
Okay. So as long as you don't hurt anybody with your narcissism, as long as you don't make other people be dependent on you, as long as you don't suck the energy and the positivity of other
Yeah.
people to succeed, everything is okay.
Yeah.
But otherwise, then we start falling into the bad side of the narcissism, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so let's move ahead. I need someone that describes this picture in the middle of the screen, please. I need to have your perception of the picture, of the middle picture on the screen, please.
Eugene, can
Eugene,
you?
yes, please. Eugene.
But would you allow me to add a little bit more than just
Yes,
describing?
please, Eugene. Yes, please.
Because yeah, the topic is extremely interesting. By the way, I just wanted to express my admiration and gratitude to Giusy because she did a great job with its presentation. So creative and just extraordinary. And I just wanted to say that no, I don't wanna kind of fall into some kind of simplification of the uh, the topic we are talking about. I'll make myself clear right now. Clear.
Yeah.
I mean, we were talking about the case of a domestic violence, right?
Mhm.
Just recently, and actually, my thought is a kind of home abuser couldn't be not only a narcissist. No, we are not consisted of just one trait, psychological trait. No, and even more, all the trait has the spectrum of its expression always. Just like Katie was just saying about that, kind of even narcissism, um, its expression kind of when it's not about extremities, when the intelligence of a person is very high, control is good, it could be even positive. What is dangerous is extremity, right? Extremity, when it moves to the border of pathology, then it becomes kind of dangerous, really. And I mean that even domestic violence could be caused not by just narcissists. It could be a person with the, you know, paranoid, you know, kind of uh, traits as well. he could be hysterical to this kind of, I mean that we have a lot of traits with a lot of expressions of each trait. It's a huge mix of everything. It could we could just couldn't tell that you know narcissist is responsible for for being a swindler or home abuser. Not at all. It's a mix of everything always. Yeah, but yeah, and I mean that the matter is how far we are from extremity, from dangerous extremity on this scale. You know how close we are to the pathology, dangerous pathology. I mean, geniuses and just creative people, and just most of us, we are not just normal people with, you know, any accentuations at all. Not at all. We are interested because we are so different. We have different inclinations, different parts of even, you know, being a narcissist in some part, being an individualist somehow. But if we take the individualism, the extremity is schizophrenia,
Yeah.
you know? But every creative person should be a little bit individualist. And this is a border, very dim border between things here. So that's what I mean. It's everything, it's all a universe. All of us is a universe. It couldn't be just one color, one trait. That's what I mean in this case. And going back to this picture, it's about probably the origin of narcissism, probably could be kind of somehow displayed here. The origin is always like in most cases is connected to our relationships with our parents in our childhood, and even more with our mother, right? If we didn't get a lot of love in our childhood, it means that our need for looking for love is going inside us, and we're looking, uh, you know, we are
For
trying to satisfy.
likes, for likes.
I'm sorry.
You're, yeah, sorry, I interrupt you. We are looking for likes, all the time.
Yeah, we are kind of trying to kind of fell in love with ourselves, like the mythical Narcissus, right? But it's a kind of a way to kind of a road to nowhere. It's always kind of exaggerates our problems and contradictions and our psychological problems inside us. Yeah, but another thing could be like when parents were some sort of narcissists themselves, and now they are trying to realize what they couldn't realize in themselves in their child, and they make him a narcissist in this case. So probably, I don't know, this is a little boy, small boy, holding a smartphone, which is a very dangerous sign to me. And he is, I don't know, maybe sort of a little bit hysterical or just crying or just demanding some love and attention. That's what I could tell about the picture.
Right. Thank you so much, Eugene. That's a good point. I do agree with what you said. Um, of course, in this picture, we see a young boy that he's really extremely unhappy because he doesn't have likes, he doesn't have friends, okay? And he doesn't have love. So as you see, there is zero messages, zero love or likes, zero friends, because nowadays we look for friends and love and uh, relationships through the social media. So as you said, most probably this young kid is going to be a future narcissist because, as you said, narcissism, it is something that grows inside yourself since when you are very young, and this is influenced by the behavior of your parents. Maybe they didn't give you that much attention, or sometimes it's even the exact contrary, too much attention. You need to be the best. You need to be the most beautiful to be accepted. You need to be the best in the dance school. You need to have the best grades at school, and so on and so forth. So you grow up, these children, they grow up, they want to be the best in comparison to the others. So, there is the extremes, as you said, or nothing at all, or too much. Okay.
Can
Thank you so
I
much.
can I read what some people have been posting
Yes, of course,
inside of
please.
the chat?
Yes, please.
Arta said he's upset because he didn't take any likes or comments.
Right.
Wilson said narcissism, the opposite is collectivism, right? That is a good one.
Yeah,
Narcissism, the
Wilson.
opposite is collectivism. And Alejandra said, I believe that the root of mental illnesses are in our childhood. Arta agrees, okay?
Exactly. 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 I agree with all of you. Great. I'm so happy. I mean, I really like this, interaction. And so let's move on. And here you are. How do you become a narcissist? Who wants to read this, please?
Marius, maybe he didn't read before?
Okay, okay.
Okay.
Uh, they are not born that way. They are no narcissistic babies. That's the parents' fault. Either the parents are narcissistic themselves, or they are really distracted parents, or they are over influenced, and they get anything they want. They get money, toys, anything. Uh, I have asked, please mute your microphones because
Yes,
I
because there
echo.
is there is yeah. I'm going
If you
to
could,
mute everyone. Okay.
okay. Um, they get anything they want. They get money, the toys, anything, but their emotional needs are completely under under. So this teaches the child that what matters is the exterior and not the interior. And kids get valued for what they do. You sing well, you play volleyball well, you dance well, you are good grades, you look pretty. These kids learn that. It matters what things they do and how they look, and nobody cares about their inside world. So by the time that they are 16, 18 years old, there is no way back. There is no cure for narcissism. They can improve a little bit, but will never become compassionate, respectful, caring for others, despite they go and see a psychiatrist.
Thank you, Marius. Thank you so much. Would you like to give your insights on what you've just read, please?
Yes, I think it's part of this what Eugenius said. This narcissism include about childhood and how parents take care about children and child. Sometimes narcissism is only when we have only one child, yes, and because we treat this child like our prince and the best of my life, and of course we hurt this child because this child grown like a narcissist.
Right. Thank you so much. Okay, if there are no, if there is no idea, any other comment, we move ahead.
I may say something, may I?
Please, please.
First of all, maybe we shouldn't say that it's the parents' fault because it's not intentional. It's maybe yeah, the responsibility, it's in their hands, right? But not their fault, right? So sometimes we, as a psychologist, we take a little bit more, care when you say it's the fault, is your fault. Okay, so maybe not the fault, but yes, it's responsibility. Okay, that is the first part. Then the second is that, believe it or not, this is a problem of love. Okay, and because love, this word that we call love, okay, has two sides of it. Okay, love is a feeling, okay, right? It's a feeling, but also it's an action, right? And as a feeling, we all know it. The feeling of being happy, being fulfilled, and this sensation, beautiful sensation of love. When, of course, when it's a happy love. Okay, but love has two sides. One is empty, yeah, like an empty shell, and one is full. Okay, of course, as Eugene and you also, Giusy said, it's this is a thing about, yeah, going to extremes, right? But let's think about love, only love in this moment. Okay, you have a full kind of love and an empty kind of love. Okay, a full kind of love is always giving, believe it or not. You have a flower, you love the flower, you take care of the flower, you make the flower live. That is a love that is in the giving way. Okay? Now, the other kind of love, the empty kind of love, okay? You have a flower, you cut it because you want to smell it, and then the flower is going to die. You don't care because you want to feel the sensation of having and smelling the flower, you know? And you don't care if the flower is fine, good, or bad. So, this is what we learned when we were kids, okay, from our parents. We learn to love as a giver or as a taker. Okay? When you learn to love as a taker, you become a narcissist. Okay? You can imagine a Maria Teresa de Calcutta feeling depressed. Never. She maybe felt sad, sometimes, but not depressed because she was always giving. If you believe that she was a good person, okay, she was always giving. When you're giving, you are not depressed. You're depressed when you want to take and you don't have it. Okay, that was the thing that I wanted to say.
I would like to say something.
Please, Alejandra.
Well, I am in disagree with the first part when say they are not born that way. I think that many people come born in that way because when we are in the no, I don't know how is the word, but
In your mother's womb?
yeah, could be happen something, and you physical develop can change something, or something can be happens, or in your genetics happen something that can be you are this way. And other thing I believe is about the context. because if you have good parents that care you and gives you love, but if, for example, you go to the school and happens something bad, and um, um, I don't know, maybe abuse, sexual abuse, or other things could be happen in your context, affect this kind of people, and you can grow up like a narcissist person. So um, it's my opinion about it.
Thank
Okay. Thank you very much, Alejandra. Is there any other comment, please?
you. Eugene wants to say something.
I just
Yes,
wanted,
please.
it's a very interesting thought to me. A question I'm thinking about right now. Could some psychological traits be inherited somehow from our ancestors? Uh, could there be any predisposition to some kind of types of personality? I don't know, frankly. Probably yes. I mean that there's always two the kind of huge factors that contribute in in kind of here. I mean the environment and your genetics. What's the share of every part of it? I don't know. But probably, yes. From my experience, I could tell you that definitely some kids, they take after their even kind of grandparents. I mean, in their behavior, they behave very similar. I don't know what's the reason of it, or is it an influence of parents of the child, or really it was inherited somehow. But yeah, it happens. I guess it's possible, but it's just a hypothesis because probably it's still there's no kind of firm kind of kind of conclusions about it, or you know
There is no possibility to say
evidence,
that yet. Yeah.
Right,
evidences or something like that, or
right.
investigations, scientific
Mhm.
papers on the topic. I don't know, but it's possible probably.
Yeah, maybe.
Eugene, thank you so much for bringing them up, for bringing that up, because I've read also some controversial definitions. I mean, of the first sentence, they are not born that way. So there are different schools of thoughts, but there is no proof. I mean, there are some schools of thoughts, some scientists that they state that it is also a genetic heritage,
Mhm.
plus
Mm.
other influences coming from the environment and from your parents.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
there are different opinions, but there is no proof that there is a genetic
Yeah.
inheritance. So we must accept it as it is. The
Yeah.
Mhm.
thing is that, of course, it is something that they bring in themselves, that it grows inside yourself since you are a baby until you become a teenager and
Yeah.
older, of
But
course.
I think it's more environment and with who raised you more than genetics. Even if it's genetics a little bit, it's not a disease, it's a disorder. So it's kind of different. Disease and disorder, it's different. And even if it's genetically, it can be just a little bit, not too much. And so if you work with your kid and if you give him love, it wouldn't affect too much when he grow up, because in the Bible, in every whole book, saint book, it says like when you're born, you're like an angel without sins, without anything. So you're like clean, and that during your your life when you like with your parents. It depends how you have your relationship with them. I'm not saying that it's parents' fault, but some parents are very young, became parents, and they don't know how to raise a child. It's something new, and of course, we all do mistakes, and we learn from our mistakes. But we have to be very responsible, or to seek for our parents' help if we don't know how to raise in the begin, because it affects a child's
Yeah.
his psychology.
Right.
Yeah.
And speaking of that, I wanted to share something with you that happened last week in Palermo, the place where I live. A 10-year-old girl, little girl, she died. You know how she died?
Oh.
Because she was playing on TikTok with her friends. And so they were playing a game, and they invited her to put a belt around her neck.
Oh.
And yes, and she had to succeed in not breathing for a certain amount of minutes with this belt around her neck. Of course, she died. I mean, she was brought to the hospital, of course, but she died. So, and this was because her parents were always out to work, to go working. So
Yeah.
she grew up, she was only 10 years old. I remind you, only 10 years old. And she had, they wrote in the newspaper, she had like 5 or 6 different profiles in Facebook and Instagram as well. So she had this device in her hands, only at 10 years old, the whole day, playing with the friends in brackets, friends in TikTok and whatever. So innocents are left by themselves from irresponsible, and that I agree with Carrie, irresponsible parents, and that is what happens, what might happen. She died. She was only 10 years old. This happened in Palermo last week.
Oh my God.
I just
Oh,
wanted to share.
that's
Yeah.
terrible.
All right, so let's continue. And
I have a question.
yes, please.
You are a great lecturer, and I would like to recommend this meeting to be splitted in 2 parts. So today we're going to cover all this, and maybe next week or maybe 2 weeks after, we can arrange the next part so we can make it really, work on it really well. Okay? Do you agree, Giusy? Do you agree?
I do agree. So we can play, the role play. So everyone can tell his own story,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
realistic or not realistic, it doesn't matter. So next time we can
Make through the
we can go to the
questions.
breakout
Yeah.
rooms. We can go
Yeah.
to the breakout rooms
Yes.
and tell our
Yeah.
story.
Yeah. That's right. Okay.
All right.
Continue. Continue.
Okay. So narcissist and love bombing. Have you ever heard of this expression?
Love bombing. It sounds cheeky.
Exactly. So the first phase is the love bombing first phase. They put you at the center of the universe and you feel so loved. You feel that they really want you. They call you very often. I miss you. I can't even breathe without you. I'm just looking forward to meeting you tonight. I cannot live without you. So they tell you so many things. So this is called the love bombing phase. But it is a trap. So they put you in a trap And then when you start realizing that maybe it is good to be true, because all of this happens so fast. You meet and then you get engaged and then you get married. So everything is too good to be true. Okay. So you
And then
start
everything changed.
maybe
Then
you
everything changed.
you start pulling back, to put a barrier behind you and the narcissist. And what do? They go back to the love bombing phase. So we might have the phase number 2, and then again, after a while, a phase number 3, because they want to put you back on the trap, okay? Because remember that you are their supply, okay? And what you do, because you believe in love and you are so romantic and you believe that love can cure everything, you forgive them, okay?
And you cannot
You
live without him.
you keep forgiving him or forgiving her because you believe that love can cure everything, and that he will go back and be the lovely person that you met in the first place. But you know what? The narcissist, they will turn this forgiveness in a weapon, okay? Into a weapon. And you might, in some extreme cases, you might even die for this. And this is a picture that represents the mess, the love bombing that they create in your brain. Okay, and they manipulate you, of course. They isolate you from the rest of the world. You don't need anybody. It is just me and you. We love each other. We are enough. I can't live without you. You can't live without me. We don't need the others. They're useless. Who, your friends? I don't like them because she's like this and she's like that and he's like this and he's like that. So they isolate you from the rest of the world, and they might isolate you even from your parents and relatives, from your brothers and sisters, okay? Because they are jealous. They want to keep you only for themselves.
And it's easier to control you when you isolate you, when they isolate you from others.
Exactly. So they do a kind of brainwashing, and what you just said, Arta, the coercive control. They want to control you. They follow you. They look into your mobile phones because they want to check if you write messages and what kind of messages. And they call you every 10 minutes, every 15 minutes. Where are you? Who are you with? And how long are you staying there for? At what time are you coming home? And then you come home. Where have you been? Why haven't you called me? This is coercive control. You are scared of them, okay? So you become dependent. You cannot even talk. You cannot even tell your friends what is happening behind, when the doors of your house are closed. You cannot. So some people, they don't even imagine what is happening in the house, inside, indoors. And of course, they manipulate you and then denigrate you. You're useless. You're ugly. You're not that much beautiful. Like when I met you, look at yourself. You're so fat. You don't want to stay with me? Well, who's going to love you? Who's going to like you? Nobody likes you. Nobody wants you. You can't do this. You can't do that. So, and they repeat that for so many times that you start believing in these things. I'm so ugly. I can't do anything. And as Arta said before, maybe Arta was, okay, you can't even go to the grocery store. You cannot even decide if you want to buy this bottle or this bottle. Because
you have to ask him.
You don't know if you are going to take the right decision, because when you go back home, he or she is going to get upset because you haven't bought the right bottle, the right brand. You are not even useful to buy a bottle of milk, okay? So denigration. And as it shows in this picture, they manipulate you because they want that you do whatever they decide, and you don't have to talk. Okay. And we are nearly at the end of my presentation. We are talking about something very interesting. It is a sort of manipulation called gaslighting. I need one of you to read, please, what is gaslighting. Please.
Oh, maybe Wilson?
Yes, Wilson. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Go,
Okay.
Wilson, go.
Gaslighting. Gaslighting is a form of psychological abuse where a person or group makes someone question their sanity, perception of reality, or memories. People experiencing gaslighting often feel confused, anxious, and unable to trust themselves. The term gaslighting derives from the 1933 39 play and 1944 films Gaslight, in which a husband manipulates his wife. She has a mental illness by dimming the gas, frail light, and telling her she is hallucinating.
Right. Thank you so much, Wilson. Would you like to say something about gaslighting? Have you ever heard this word before, gaslighting?
Uh,
Never.
Unfortunately, this is the first time I heard about this word. But what I can say is that maybe this man makes his wife sit and she has a problem. Maybe she has a mental problem. She's sick. She's a sick person.
Right, right. Okay, so the thing is
Yeah.
that they make you believe that your reality is not a reality, it is only imagination.
Make you
I have never
crazy.
said that. Yes, I have
Yeah.
never said that. You are crazy. You see things that are not there, okay? Because they want you to believe that you are mentally ill, that you are the narcissist,
Yeah.
not
It's
them.
your
Okay?
fault. Yeah.
So this is called gaslighting, and the term, the word derives from that film that is mentioned here, because there was that man that was fueling, lighting, dimming the lights of the candle, and he was pretending that he
She
never did
wasn't,
that.
yeah.
Okay, so his wife like became crazy because she really believed that she had hallucinations. Okay, so this term is called this action is
Gaslighting.
called gaslighting. So to gaslight a person means to make him or her believe that she has hallucinations, that she imagines stuff, that whatever she feels is not the reality, it's only imagination, right? Okay, so
I got a question.
please, 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 Wilson.
Yeah, you said that. Yeah, you said that you can't forgive a narcissism person. Why?
Okay, we can forget. It is better not to forgive. You said forgive, right? Forgive. Yes,
Forgive.
it is better
Yeah.
not to forgive a narcissist person because he's going to do it again and
Yeah.
again and
They
again.
don't change. They
They
don't
will never
change.
change.
They will
So
never
if
change.
he lies to you, he will lie again. If he cheats on you, he or she, of
Yeah.
course, he will cheat again. If he
Mm.
steals, he will
Yeah.
steal
It's
again.
a toxic relationship. So that, never mind if it's a friend or a husband. So it's a toxic relationship.
Exactly. So if you have the strength, if you have the power, look, I mean, talk to your parents, talk to your friend, to your best friend, seek for help because you need to be supported by someone to escape from these toxic relationships. Sometimes it's possible. Sometimes it is not possible because in a relationship between husband and wife, maybe there are kids involved in the relationship as well. So sometimes it is not possible. But anyway, you need to vent your unhappiness, your frustration to someone. You can't save these things in yourself. You need to look for help, because otherwise the narcissist on the long term
We cannot
will
destroy.
you. Or in extreme cases, you will kill yourself, right? So
Or going
there is
crazy.
yes, exactly. So here we have freedom. Here we have someone that finally found the courage to fly, to get free, to be free. Okay, I need someone to read
You
this
would
last.
like to read?
Remo? Oh, Arka, go.
Okay. Freedom. I was with my husband for 10 years and was completely and utterly devoted to him. Brainwashed totally. He was my guide, my life, and he almost destroyed me. Now, when I think of him, I feel absolutely nothing, zero. No hate, no pity, not an ounce of love, just nothing. And it's wonderful.
Thank you so much, Alejandra. Does anybody want to add anything on this, the freedom, what happens when a person finds the courage and the strength to leave the narcissist? Does anyone wants to?
Yes.
Jennifer. Yeah, please, Remo, yes, please.
No, I hope the next time we can find
Remo, I can't hear you anymore.
I can't hear.
Yeah,
Can you
I
hear
can.
me?
Please, yes. Now, yes.
I hope the next time we meet, we can find the history about the man, about his wife or his girl. She is a narcissist, because all the story is the women about the woman narcissist, the man narcissist. You understand?
Yeah.
Right.
I hope find another
An example.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Next week,
Because all the time we spoke about the men narcissist, but
Yeah, but mostly men
there
are
is all
narcissistic.
the women narcissist.
Yeah, but showing statistic, most of the men are narcissistic. So it's disorder. It's
I
like
don't know,
women.
because I never studied this problem.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I googled a little bit before we had the meeting, and because I don't know, I'm not familiar with this too, and it says like it can affect men's and women's, of course, so both, but mostly are men. That's why we discuss men today more than women.
Okay.
In fact, yeah, I mean, women can be narcissistic at all. I mean, no, yeah, definitely, women can be. The thing is that it's a different kind of narcissism. It's a different kind. Okay, you see that Giusy presented four types, right? So the one that is the malignant, I told you before, it's most likely to be in a structure that is for men, okay, because it's
right.
It's different. But of course women can be narcissistic, of course, manipulation from women,
and dangerous too.
and dangerous too, of course. We're going to try to find one example. Marius.
I can recommend a movie, To Die For, with Nicole Kidman. This is movie from 1995, and
Yeah.
main character is typical narcissistic woman.
See that.
Yeah.
See that. We're going to watch that film. To Die For?
You,
To Die For,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay,
With
thank
Nicole
you.
Kidman.
Yeah, maybe the women are covered narcissists
Yeah, maybe they are
when
covered.
covered.
Correct.
Yes,
Mhm.
exactly.
Correct.
when she show like a
Correct.
victim.
Yeah.
Correct. Correct.
Let me add
Thanks,
something.
Alessandra.
Eugene,
Yeah,
Eugene.
you know,
Yeah.
Eugene, please.
Just wanted to say that, to my mind and from my experience, women could be narcissistic, but most of them are charmingly narcissistic, like a childish, in a childish way, like little child. And this is not bad to me. Uh, They're not cruel in their narcissism. Not, I've never heard about things like that. I've never experienced anything like that. So,
But there are. There are.
You
Jennifer wants to say something.
Please, Jennifer, please.
Yeah, I would like to comment on something from that paragraph we read. I mean, that lady who found freedom after so many years of hell, with
Yeah.
her narcissistic husband.
Yeah.
She says, he was my light, my guide, like everything, and it's so dangerous and so shocking the way some people can manipulate and brainwash others so that
yeah.
they get completely blind and they don't realize of what is really happening and that they can love them unconditionally.
Yeah. This
Mm.
is very true, Jennifer. Thank you
It's
so
really
much.
dangerous. It's
Yeah,
really
it
Yeah,
is.
thank
dangerous.
you.
Yeah.
It is.
But
It
but in
is.
another way, it is dangerous to love like that. You know,
Yes.
Yeah,
I
of course.
always I always try to, to make others see the other side, right? So
Yeah.
yes, the narcissistic person is dangerous, but the one who gives
Mm.
himself or herself totally to the other person,
Yeah.
that is a dangerous thing, you know.
Yeah.
Mm.
Even if
Right.
the person is not narcissistic,
Of
when you love
course,
someone, you have to have your way of
you
thinking.
have
Your
to keep your
yeah,
narcissistic side. You have to
of
keep your
course.
narcissistic side. Yeah.
You cannot
That's right.
let someone to lead you, to guide you for everything. So you have to
That's
have
right.
your own
Mm.
thinking,
That's
your
right.
own rules.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Right.
right. You have to empower yourself
Yeah, of course.
That's a
because
good.
they are not going to harm you if you don't give them the right to
The
do it.
power.
To,
That's
The
to
right.
power,
manipulate.
yeah.
Yeah, the power. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
You know that Jennifer said, I think it's about self-esteem,
Mm-hmm.
and it's really good to see that this woman don't feel hate. Yeah, so she don't have this church, and she is really freedom of
Yeah.
this person. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, great.
Beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful. Okay, so we are nearly at the end of this lengthy presentation. So let me share this with you. So I would like to acknowledge, Dr. Ramani Durvasula, who is a clinical psychologist, professor of psychology at California State University. And I would like to acknowledge her because I could make this presentation thanks to all the things that I read about her abstracts and the videos the interviews that she's made within years and years of being at psychology, treating medical disorders and treating narcissism. So if you would like to know more about the narcissism and NPD, so the personality disorder, I invite you to watch her videos and the interviews and the books. Actually, she wrote 3 books, 3 main books. So Dr. Ramani Durvasula. All right.
Thank you.
Okay.
The
so,
song, should I stay or should I go?
Exactly.
Should I stay or should I
go?
go?
Well, one
That's
thing
a
is
hard
for
question.
sure. So one thing is for sure that to deal with a narcissist, either it is your partner, your father, your mother, your son, your daughter, or your friend, your life can be a hell. So we must find a way to get out as soon as possible if we want to survive in a healthy way. So thank you very much to everybody for your kind attention. Thank you. So I
big
really
bravo.
thank everybody. And you know what we can do if Caddy is agrees with that, of course. We can meet each other if everybody here is available next Sunday at 7 p.m. Italy time, maybe for 1 hour only. So we can go to the breakout rooms and tell our stories, our experiences,
Or answer the questions
real
that you
or not
said.
real, or answer the questions in the breakout rooms, okay? So everybody can share his own or her own experience, okay? And when we, the first part of the next meeting might be whatever you found in the internet, okay? So maybe you could look for other victims' experiences, maybe. As Remo said, it is not only men who are narcissists, right? So Remo, please look
We can
for
be narcissistic
Yes.
as well.
Remo, you are in charge of looking for a witness who is a guy who dealt with a narcissistic woman. So he was the victim and the spouse or the partner was the narcissist, okay? So I invite you to look for these witnesses, these victims, okay? And to share what you found on the web during our first part of the meeting in the main room. So you can share your screen and you can share with us whatever you found in the internet. So the first half hour, let's say the first 30 minutes, okay? And then we go to the breakout rooms and we make the role play or we answer the questions. And so this is going to be our second part of the narcissism topic, if you all agree.
Remo, you see, you got into this angle by yourself.
Pardon, Eugene? Pardon, Eugene, can you say it again?
I said Remo got himself in this angle by himself.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, Remo. Remo, I will help you. I will help you. You know,
All right.
we will. Okay.
Okay.
You know what? You know what? Jennifer was putting her.
Yeah, Jennifer.
She wanted
Jennifer,
to say
please.
something.
No, that was from before. I raised
okay.
the hand before.
Oh, okay.
And
But you want to say something?
No, not now. Only thank you so much, Giusy and everyone. It was such an amazing topic, and congratulations. You could be an English teacher or a lecturer.
Yeah.
And
Giusy is pure gold.
Yes, and I always learn a lot. Every time I talk to her, I learn a lot.
Thank you so much. That's very kind of you, Jenny. I really thank each and every one of you that you're still here after 2 hours and 20 minutes, okay? And I really love this meeting because we all have the possibility to talk, to interact, to share our thoughts, our opinions on the topic. And so I think that at the end of this meeting, everybody knows more about these narcissistic traits, the classification, and the NPD as well. Okay.